welcome to GodCenter. On today's video, we will be talking about fitness just a little bit. On last week, if you guys checked that out, I did a live video on Facebook and also on Instagram. So you can check that out if you have not seen it already. And really, it was just an impromptu video. I didn't plan it. I just felt like I needed to do this video. I also had not worked out for the entire week, so I felt like I needed to have a level of accountability, and I feel like you guys help me with that. And I also tell my patients they need to work out every week, you know, at least 2 to 3 times per week. So I want to make sure that I practice what I preach. So I had actually had the opportunity to I stumbled upon this video by Brittany Van Schravendijk, and she apparently is a world champion, national kettlebell title holder. I don't even know how you get there, but she got there, and she does amazing things with kettlebell. So I'm really into that. I'm really excited about this whole workout regimen that she has going on. So nevertheless, she had a video speaking about how she does not believe in weight loss. And I thought, what do you mean you don't believe in weight loss? Like, if you need to lose weight, lose weight. But she put an interesting perspective on weight loss and why she doesn't believe in it. So take a listen to this clip.
Why I don't believe in weight loss. I believe that the way that people think about weight loss is fundamentally flawed. Most people think about weight loss as increasing exercise and slashing calories. And while this can work for many people, and it often does for a short period of time, I think that it's addressing the symptom and not the underlying problem. First of all, sleep and stress are much more important for losing weight than nutrition and exercise. If your body is in a chronically stressed state due to a lack of quality sleep or due to life stressors, your body is not going to prioritize fat loss. In fact, exercising and reducing calories can add to that stress and make it even harder for you to lose weight.
I just love her perspective. I love her mindset as it pertains to weight loss and just our well-being in general. And what I love about her perspective on weight loss and so forth is that she really talks about more of a mental state of being and how we think about ourselves, and also, how we treat ourselves. Like, are we getting adequate rest? How are we dealing with those stressors in our lives? Because all of those things can actually have an impact on our ability to lose weight, which I've never even heard that. Maybe I missed something somewhere, but I've never heard that taught anywhere. And I really feel like it is vitally important for us to understand that our bodies need rest and that we need to handle stress, whether you choose to fight or whether you choose flight. Choose one and deal with it, and I just really enjoyed her view on this. And I don't believe she's saying that if you are at an unhealthy weight that you should just ignore those things and just live in a mental bliss. I don't think that's what she's saying. I think that she's really encouraging us to just have a different outlook as it pertains to weight loss. And I definitely can appreciate that, because so many times, especially as healthcare providers, we're talking a lot about, okay, cut this, cut that, do this, do that. And, oftentimes we're in the checkout line and we're looking at magazines and seeing how, maybe Cher looks at 75, 77. And a lot of people at that age are not looking half as good as Cher. But Cher, we don't know what Cher is doing and what she's done and what she's had done, but she looks fabulous. Point is to the comparing again, which we did touch on in previous videos, not comparing ourselves to others and just really having a contentment with where we are. Now, weight loss and body type and weight is just not something, it's not a topic that you probably ever going to hear covered in church. I mean, if they talked about that in church, the church probably just empty out and nobody come back. I mean, and that's unfortunate, because even the Bible says that bodily exercise profits the body. It's in there. And even as we think about Paul mentioning, running this race set before us. So when Paul is talking about running the race set before us, obviously he's talking about that spiritual race, but also I believe we can parallel and talk about the race that we're running, just living this life, period, which is part of the race. It's kind of almost, they kind of are cohesive and go hand in hand. So if you know anything about races and running a race, I think most of us know that you don't just pick up and start running. You don't just wake up one morning and say, well, I'm running this race. There is preparedness that goes into running a race. You have to be training to get into a race. You have to have certain things with you to run a race, and some things have to go. Like, you don't want to be weighted down by too many things. You want to make sure that you're light as possible, that nothing is weighing you down. You want to make sure that you've been rested, that you've gotten plenty of rest before you take off on running this race. And you would have been having some practices before you take off on this race. Okay, and then furthermore, there's some things that you need along the way. So like water, you'll have several stops, stations if you're running a race. If you've ever run a race, there's stations that you go and you rehydrate. And I feel like as we run this race, Bible studies, personal time spent with the Lord, going to church, those are all those watering stations where we get watered up and fed so that we can keep it going. We get refueled. So I feel like, it's important for us to understand how you don't just pick up and start running a race. And certainly the race that was set before us that Paul was talking about, you don't do it. Neither would any of us just wake up and decide, you know what, there's a 10K going on tomorrow. I'm just going to run and take part in that. You have to prepare. So I feel like just making sure that we prepare ourselves for this journey, which is life. And in this journey that we call life, things will change. Things will look a little different. Our speeds may change from time to time, but just, trying to be steady. And I reference that to say every season has a different pace. And I think it's critical for us to learn the pace for each season that we're in. Sometimes the season goes by quick and the pace is quick, and then other times it's just slow and it's just kind of steady, But one thing I have definitely learned that is helping me, and it's just a confession I've had to make, is that things look different at different times. And I don't know for how long, how many years it took me to figure this out, to stop looking back at the past of what things used to be. I don't know how many of you are guilty of that, but looking back at the past, looking at pictures, and saying, oh, I used to be able to do this. I used to be able to do that. I used to be able to fit this or fit that. I had to just leave that alone and recognize that this is a new season for me, and it is okay for me to not fit those things, or for me to be able to do, workout videos that I used to be able to knock out nonstop, don't have to take any break. And now I'm like taking 3 and 4, 5 breaks, and I'm like, Lord, what happened? It is okay. And as long as you get the job done. And I think that has been so mentally freeing for me to not compare myself to my old self, because my old self, my current older self, is not my younger self. And that is so okay. I'm actually grateful to be in this phase of my life. So I feel like it will be so freeing for so many people to know that it's just so unrealistic. It's unrealistic, and it's kind of actually cruelty. It's actually bullying your own self to hold up a dress that you used to wear 10, 15, 20 years ago and expect your current body that's 20 to 25 years older to fit that dress. It's just not realistic. Or to be able to do the things that you used to do back then. We have to respect that there's going to be change as our bodies get older, as our bodies get more mature. We can still do things. We can still exercise. We can still be fit. But just holding ourselves to bondage and saying you have to be able to do this, otherwise you're failing, it's wrong. And I think that if we're bullying ourselves, what can we expect of people outside? So I think that as we had been talking about bullying in previous videos, I think it's important to recognize that sometimes we can be our own bully. So we need to make sure that we're not doing that to ourselves. And I hope that frees somebody on today. So I just really want you guys to take away from this that our bodies, working out, taking care of our bodies, it can be fun. As you saw in the previous workout that I did that video from last week, I really did enjoy myself. And I honestly do enjoy myself when I'm doing my workouts. I really don't see it as, oh my God, I cannot wait to be done with this. Like, how much time do I have left? I really sometimes do too much because I'm enjoying myself that much. Because I don't see it as, especially because I'm praising the Lord at the same time. So it's like, that's what we cut out to do. That's what we're made to do, is praise the Lord. So because I'm doing it, I call it praise exercise. I just really get in and have a good time. So it may look different from other people's exercise videos where they're grueling. It looks like, oh my God. And, I was sweating, as you could clearly see. But again, I really enjoyed myself. And I just want to encourage you guys to make your workouts fun, whatever you feel like you want to do to take care of this temple, because taking care of this temple, it does matter. Just as much as we take our cars for inspection and we take our cars for servicing and all of that, some of us take better care of our cars than we do our own selves. And that is just out of order. We know this. So take the time to take care of yourself and enjoy it while you're doing it. So if it's walking in the park, if it's running, if whatever it is, if it's swimming, whatever it is that you love to do to help take part, to take care of this body, do your part and let God do the rest. Do that thing and enjoy it while you do it. I hope that you guys check out Brittany's full video. I think this woman is amazing. I really am looking forward to doing more of her workouts and so forth, and just enjoying myself. I don't see myself becoming a kettlebell queen like she is, but hey, if it comes to that, well, that's okay. I embrace it. But make sure you check that out. Okay, you guys. So that is it for this GodCenter video. I do hope you enjoy it. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you can be alerted every time GodCenter releases a new video. I will see you next time on GodCenter. But until then, be sure that you keep God at the center of all you do. Bye-bye.